something wonderful is about to happen, whether you like it or not.
And we are at the Paradigm Symposium, day 4, actually, if you include Thursday evening as warm-up.
That's right.
So, and I'm chatting with Micah Hanks, who has basically been ground zero for the entire event.
Oh, I'll tell you, I'm lucky to be able to stay grounded during an event like this, but things have been going really well, and you know, we've spoken a lot over the weekend. I'm probably the least tired right now that I've been all weekend, so it's good, you know, good time to catch up during the pre-wrap-up. That won't be until later today, but you know, things are slowing down, and I'm starting to kind of come back to Mother Earth and feel natural and rested again.
Grounded again,
yeah.
Yes. Well, now, we've had 3 days of discussion, observation, rumination. What do you think has been the effect? Do you think people are walking out of here feeling like, wow, that was very edifying, I've learned a lot?
You know, the response we've gotten, Chris, has been fantastic. People have been so gracious and, you know, and truly happy. It's almost cliche, but, you know, a lot of folks have come up and literally said to us, you know, this is the best event of its kind that we've been to. And it's, you know, as large as it's gotten, it's bigger than I'd anticipated. It's all the same, still, you know, smaller than some of the really big ones out there. And I think that especially this first time that worked to our benefit because it allowed a lot of personal interaction, a lot of time to actually be one-on-one with some speakers. And look at the speakers. I mean, when you got Eric Von Daniken, Giorgio Tsoukalos, you know, and some of these fantastic names, you know, people who are really prominent, especially in their field today. It's a rare and very unique opportunity, I think, for fans to be able to be right there in the midst and shaking hands and putting arms around these individuals, and also sharing ideas and, you know, sharing spirit and having deep intellectual talks. You know, and that's another thing too that's been wonderful and that we've been blessed to experience this weekend is that there have been many of the ancient astronaut ilk, and then some of the ufological realm, much like myself, and then some of those who you know, study consciousness, spirituality, holistics. All of them seem to come together and say that there's a lot to be found here for everyone, and additionally that it is all intelligent, focused conversation, exchange of ideas and information. You know, for the Paradigm Symposium this year, I don't think it's on my badge here, but we've got the Think logo that Scotty designed, and boy, that's become really just kind of the calling card of the entire conference, that people are thinking, interacting, sharing.
Well, I'm going to yank one more plug for Fate magazine out of you and then let you go back to work.
Sure, a plug for Fate magazine. Well, if you don't have anything in mind, I tell you, I've got one that comes to mind immediately. We were up there, a couple of associates and I, earlier today, talking with you at the desk, and I noticed that there were a lot of these old issues of Fate magazine from, you know, the last several years, and I was touched because Phyllis had brought a number of, you know, articles of mine in these issues, and yours, in fact.
Right.
And we were exchanging articles and signing each other's copies of Fate, and that's what's so great is that Fate has been this standing sort of vestige, you know, for authors over the years. All of us, just about everyone, you know, who attends, or maybe not all the attendees, but, you know, certainly most of the speakers, at some point have, you know, had something, an article in Fate magazine. You know, I inherited a collection of Fate magazines that go all the way back to 1951. I call it the archive, you know, and it's so great to be able to reference literally decades and decades and decades and decades of the finest work done on ufology and the unexplained, you know, literally that there is to offer. And it's not, you know, again, you know, people, you know, who just, you know, I'm going to go, you know, sit out in the desert and watch stars moving around, what appear to be stars, you know, moving around and things like that at night. Something that may be anomalous but could be a satellite, who knows, and I'm going to write about it. It's not just people like that. We see, you know, names like Hermann Oberth, you know, who appear in Fate magazine, right, talking about not only flying saucers, but how advanced rocketry may, you know, apply to something like that. We see names like Ivan T. Sanderson, who is well known as a cryptozoologist, but also was a very qualified, you know, naturalist and zoologist who had traveled the world studying, you know, varieties of animal life that may, as yet, remain unknown to science. There are so many names that have appeared over the years, and people who have contributed to the, you know, the growing body of knowledge about this world. And it's funny because Fate magazine, you know, has nonetheless, you know, kind of, you know, remained unto itself. It's its own little institution. It's You know, it's both kind of an icon culturally, and it's also really, I think, almost a journal for some of the finest knowledge that has yet to really seep into the mainstream. I hope it will continue forever, truly. 1947 is when we saw the beginning of the flying saucer enigma. We saw the beginning of fate there as well, and folks like you guys, and of course the lovely lady Phyllis Galdi,
Yes.
has continued to do such a fantastic job. It's been my pleasure to be able to be here with you guys and with Fate Magazine at the Paradigm Symposium. Truly.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic event, and I think everybody is feeling a compulsion to pursue things that perhaps they weren't looking at 6 days ago.
Oh yeah.
So it's
myself included.
Right, we're seeding each other's consciousness here with inspiration, insight, and fellowship.
Yeah, and I've rekindled an old flame within me, which is I'm going to get on the stick and quit procrastinating and send some new articles to Fate as well. So
that would be awesome. Great. Well, I thank you, Micah. It has been a pleasure. It was wonderful meeting you.
Well, fantastic. We'll be in touch.
Oh, absolutely.
www.grayleyReport.com. I'm easy to find, so look me up anytime.
Oh, I'll be flooding your inbox, so don't worry about that.
That's okay. I won't.
Tick tock, tick tick. The paradigm clock just moved a little closer. 10 minutes to 12. Time to place ourselves.